It turns out the Orlando killer tried to buy body armor and bulk ammunition just a few weeks ago, but a gun store owner turned him away, saying the questions he was asking were quote-unquote suspicious. Today, our Paula Tutman spoke to a local gun owner about how they decide who to sell to.
I'm at Action Impact in East Point, and the owner of this establishment also owns Action Impact in Southfield. And the manager here just told me something really interesting. He says at least once a day, someone who wants to buy a gun is turned away, and probably not for the reasons you think. Adam Lanza, Dylan Roof, Jason Dalton, Saeed Farouk, and Tashfeen Malik, James Holmes, Omar Mateen, notorious radicalized religious zealots, mentally ill, or just hate-filled killers. The manifestation is the same. A person willing to do harm to another human being often has an aura.
Because there's no way for me to tell you what the right gun is for you.
And at Action Impact in East Point and Southfield, that aura carries even more weight than the law.
It's always a sense, because we're getting a quick flash of your personality. So short of the paperwork, all we can have is that brief moment of trying to read someone. And it happens pretty quick.
Gun retailers often have more power than the law when it comes to curbing a potential threat of gun violence. Bill Cusick, former SWAT cop, detective, and attorney, is also one of the owners. And he tells me that when the hair stands up on his neck, he doesn't sell the gun.
I think sometimes our brain sends us a signal that something's not right. We had an individual looking to buy a gun, and as we made inquiry, here was his statement. His statement was, well, I want a gun that can kill someone. Notified Southfield Police Department, who came down and actually ended up committing this individual.
Not only that, if he turns someone down, he notifies other gun stores.
And our owner, Bill Cusick, he believes in waiting 7 days, 4 days beyond what the government even tells us we have to wait. So those 4 days, we've had situations where, and after 3 days, technically I can sell you the gun. We'll wait the 7 days like Bill wants us to, and somewhere in those additional 4 days, all of a sudden the government throws us that red flag, where if we followed their guidelines, the gun would have been on the street.
Ethan Shaw is a family man with 4 children. He appreciates that retail often reaches beyond the long arm of the law. I mean, what does this mass shooting do to your confidence level of being in public?
It woke me up. It woke me up. It made me realize, like, there's some serious people out here that don't have no morals or values for nobody.
You know, when I was talking to Bill when we were doing this story, and he says, Kimberly, you know what? No PC about it. He profiles. He profiles. It's that simple. Not by religion, not by race, not by culture, but by attitude, by look in the eye. Perhaps it's a conversation and something that person says. He says he would rather turn that person away than sell them a gun, obviously doing his part to make sure that his guns don't end up in the wrong hands.
And we thank them for that intuition that they have and for following it, because you just never know how many more of these mass shootings that they could have prevented. So, Paula, we appreciate that story.